My baby was born with Down syndrome. I almost left. Then I learned to stay and show up. I found out around week 18 that our baby would have Down syndrome. We read every hopeful post we could find and tried to pump ourselves up. I never even wanted kids. My partner did. I said yes because I love them and thought the feeling would grow on me. I bought tiny socks. I put the car seat in early. When our son arrived, my courage thinned fast. In the first days, I smiled in the room and cried in the bathroom. Nurses showed us charts and lists. I nodded and then stared at the floor. If I could have seen a clear future, I might have settled. But I kept picturing myself changing diapers forever, feeding forever, guarding forever. I wanted a normal life. I wanted dinners out, travel, a job that did not bend around appointments. I thought, this will be my whole life, and I cannot do this. I held him and felt love crawl up my chest and fear crush it back down. At night, I opened my phone and wrote a post. I said I was scared and tired and did not know if I could stay. People answered. Some were gentle, some were blunt. A few were both. Seeing it on the screen made me admit the truth to myself. I needed to talk to my partner. The next morning, I did. I said the ugly part first. I never wanted this. I do not know if I can do it. I love you, but I also care about my own life. They did not flinch. They said, say everything. We sat on the bed and said all of it. Then we made small rules. One day at a time. One task at a time. We called the hospital social worker. We made a calendar. We asked both sets of parents for help with meals, not advice. We promised to tell the truth when one of us hit a wall. I told my boss I needed flexible hours. We went home. Our son slept, woke, and cried. Week by week, the work stacked up. Our baby had a congenital heart defect. There were clinics, scans, and blood draws. He needed a G-tube. A nurse taught me how to tape the tube to his cheek. She watched me do it. I did it. We brought home oxygen and a pulse ox. At first, the alarm scared me. Then I learned the rhythms. I mixed formula in the dark and hooked up feeds. I kept a simple notebook for meds. I tracked diapers, ounces, sleep, and the weird details nobody warns you about. We taped charts to the fridge. We kept extra tape and gauze in a shoebox by the couch. The house smelled like sanitizer and coffee. On the calendar, we put star stickers for hard days. At night, we split shifts and set 3 alarms, so one of us would wake, even if the other slept through the first 2. New tasks kept showing up. Therapy visits, feeding clinic, a cardiology check, insurance forms. I learned the names for parts of a heart. I learned the sound of my baby's laugh through a tube. I learned I could stay awake all night and still show up at 8 a.m. Our families tried to help, but they did not see the whole list. They saw a smiling photo and thought things were easy. They did not see me counting breaths at 3 a.m. They did not see us washing syringes by the sink. They did not hear the quiet click of the pump starting at midnight. Then little good things stacked up. He held my finger. He rolled from side to back. He let out a squeaky laugh that made my chest hurt in a new way. He learned to smile, and he liked my dumb songs. He hit a milestone. I wrote it down and circled it 3 times. A year passed in notes and alarms. Babies with Down syndrome are still babies. They cry, they sleep, they wake you up and then grin like they never did a thing. Ours still needed the G-tube and many visits, but the oxygen went back in the closet. Somewhere in that year, the fear shifted. It did not vanish, but it moved over. Love took the front seat. I started to trust the routine. I could tape the tube in one try. I could set up a feed with my eyes half closed. Doctors said heart surgery would be soon. We met the surgeon and asked the same question 3 ways. I felt sick and steady at the same time. The consent form sat on the clipboard. I held the pen. I thought about that first post. I thought about leaving. I did not leave. I signed. My partner signed. We walked back to the crib and our son kicked his feet like he was doing a tiny dance. I put my finger in his fist and he grabbed it. The monitor beeped once and then settled. I told him we were here. I said we were not going anywhere. In the hall, a nurse asked if we were ready for the next step. I said yes. It was not brave. It was real. We started the feed, checked the tape, checked the bag, checked the numbers, and watched his chest rise. The pump clicked on. I took the first shift. My partner dimmed the lights. I wanted a normal life. I got this one. It is hard. It is loud. It is ours. For now, it is enough. I stand by the crib and listen for the soft and steady sound that tells me he is okay. I feel the fear, and I stay anyway. Now some are saying I'm milking sympathy for his G-tube. Was I wrong?